I just came back from LA. I'm originally from Humboldt Park. Born in Spalding, Kedzie and Palmer.
Yeah!
In the Heights. And now I'm living in LA with the Cholas and all that, the whole crew. So I work with victims of sex trafficking out there because I myself came across a situation in Atlanta about a year and a half ago. So this piece is dedicated to them, to the moms out there, to the sisters out there, to todos los inmigrantes that come to this country on a dream. And unfortunately, some of those dreams are being puppeted by some of these sex trafficking masters. This is for Monica. Santa Monica Street Mommy, you're not forgotten. See, I walk down Santa Monica Street with all these mommies on the corner, with the guy yelling, "Hey mommy, how much?" Without them even thinking what's the story behind them. See, I walk down Santa Monica Street where the guys dip into some of these bars, not even thinking where that sex is coming from. See, just like how we think about our food, where does it come from? Who's behind it? If it's organic? If the cocoa beans in that chocolate that you buy is being harvested by child labor or trafficked children. It's the same way that we got to think about some of this sex that we're buying off of these street mommies, right? Walking into these bars behind gated doors, we walk through where $50 beers come easy, so you pound another one. Walk dead through hellways and hallways, so you break on through to the other side. ¿Verdad? Girls Gone Wild is everything that is stood for and stood upon. Meaningless. Meaningless and less. Lives are being there to survive. Souls are disappearing like the vapors. And more are coming to you like the papers. Right, masters? And the paper is getting to be worth more and more, bringing ill to the core through these gated doors, where $50 beers come easy and the girls come quick. Got her knees to the floor. Doesn't matter if her teeth hurt or she's teen 4. We're in a place behind gated doors where the $50 beers come easy, so you pound her till you're sore. Dead dreams are puppeted by the masters, while broken, bloody, acrylic nails lie behind the walls behind me. But no, please don't clean them. Don't clean them from the walls, because I need a utensil to write with, and write the calls that I'm responding to every night. I need to write the lyric hieroglyphics on these walls because I need to respond to the calls that I hear every single night. While Monica is in the dirty mattress next to me. This is the report within these 4 walls. It is within these 4 walls that I write this report. Hip hop, I'm calling you on the next 2 bars, and I don't hear you responding. This is beyond the transatlantic slave trade and past the pre-civil rights crazy ways. Man, this is nowadays where meth, pain, and who knows what haze got me in a daze. I see nothing. I feel nothing. Where the meth came and who knows what haze got me in a perfect daze. Whatever it takes to get numb, to make that G per day. That quota-inspired G per day. And $50 per pig, politician, entertainer, white-collar, blue-collar, drug lord, and Mary prick of a dick. So 20 dicks per day to make my corporate-inspired quota. Minimum of 1 hour per guy. Hold up. There's 24 hours per day, right? So I'm only getting to sleep 4 hours per day. I only got 4 hours to pray in hopes that the kids that I left behind in Nicaragua, Belize, Uruguay, Brazil, Mexico, Puerto Rico, Cuba, are eating every day. 4 hours is all I got to pray. So it is within the confines of these four walls and dirty mattresses that I provide this report. Hip-hop, I'm calling you on the next 2 bars. But I don't hear you responding on the next 2. See, I'm in this basement, stuck, looking out these windows, through these bars, and that beat, that car that's bumping that house music, that hip-hop music, that bump is keeping me alive. But yo, man, the words are keeping me empty inside. You feel me? Yo, man, I want to escape this sex slave shit. Where do I go to? Where do I meet you? Where do I run to? Are you even trying to be the railroad to try to work with the underground? Hip-hop, I'm calling out to you so that I can travel through. Do you even have a Harriet Tubman that can lead me through? Nicki Minaj ain't gonna do me, yo. Or are you too busy popping bottles and banging models and just a little bit too much to even matter? It ain't even you. It ain't even you to see. Am I supposed to go to you? Hip-hop, I'm calling you on 2 bars, and I still hear nothing. Silence is my only answer in these lands of shadows that I walk through. And that's all I have you for. So I mentally write lyrics in the rhythm of the beat that I hear 20 times per day with these broken acrylic nails that I get to write with on the wall behind me, in between the Dakota-inspired fucks that I have to do. On these cinder block walls between fulfilling my quota to keep me insane. And I swear, so help me God, Allah, should you ever help me escape, to feel free from the confines of these 4 walls, my life is for those I leave behind, because no soul shall be left behind. So I break through the confines of your 4 walls by any means necessary. Link up with my hermanas to empower them to move forward. Not squash each other behind, especially my female MCs. You feel me? If that bar that was serving those $50 beers was right next door, could they even hear you? Would you stand up right now and say, hip-hop, I'm calling you on the next 2 bars. Do you feel me? Do you feel me? Hip-hop, I'm calling you on the next 2 bars, and I don't hear you responding on the next 2. Hip-hop, I'm calling you on the next 2 bars. Are you going to respond on the next 2? Now, I'm asking everybody here in the audience for real. If I was hip-hop and I'm calling you on the next 2 bars, are you going to respond on the next 2?
Yep.
Yep. Let me hear you stand up and say, if I'm hip-hop and I'm calling you out on the next 2 bars, do you feel me on the next 2?
Yep.
Okay, and Barake, if these females were right next door and you want to be able to give them your soul and your spirit and your energy, let me see you stand up, please. Please. For everybody that's standing up in support of the females that are victims of the sex trafficking, please, I want to throw your energy that way. Alright? So when I say hip-hop, I'm calling you out on the next 2, I want you to yell back, I'm responding on the next 2. Call and response, right? Hip-hop, I'm calling you on the next 2 bars.
I'm responding on the next 2.
Alright, gracias.